demand release of 17 seafarers under NDLEA detention. Maritime Workers Union demand release of 17 seafarers under NDLEA detention. Customs to collaborate with other security agencies to combat smuggling at the borders. Customs to collaborate with other security agencies to combat smuggling at borders. And so we have barge operators raise concern over shallow channels, lack of dredging affecting operations. The barge operators raise concerns over shallow channels, lack of dredging affecting operations. And we have Shippers Council orders shipping companies to refund container deposit within 10 days. Shippers Council orders shipping companies to refund containers deposit within 10 days. The full of the news will be brought to you by Bunmi Adediran after the timeout.
Listeners, and welcome to GMT Live. The Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria has raised an alarm over the continued detention of 17 seafarers by National Drug Law Enforcement Agency over drugs discovered on 2 vessels that berthed on at Greenview Development Nigeria Limited, a terminal inside Apapa Port. In a press release issued on Monday and signed by the President General of Maritime Workers Union, Comrade Adewale Adeyanju, the union demanded the immediate release of the ship crew and dock workers. According to him, the union was informed of the arrest and continued detention of 13 dock workers and crew by the NDLEA since the 13th of October 2021. The workers were reportedly arrested while on duty on board MV Yari Nari, which berthed at the Greenview Development Nigeria Limited terminal on which narcotics was said to be found. Adeyanju, however, said that there was no information that the drugs were found on the workers. According to Adeyanju, the bag found was undisclosed contents, was not found on any of the innocent workers arrested, and they were kept in detention for days without being released and charged to court. Meanwhile, their cell phones were also said to have been arrested by the NDLEA operatives. He said the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria is worried as its members seem to be targeted for arrest, while the ship agents and consignee who are in possession of the ship manifest are not even interrogated, let alone arrested. Adeyanju said Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria is not in any way in support of either importation of peddling of hard drugs into the country, but frown at the continued harassment, intimidation, arrest, and detention of their members who have been kept incommunicado for 2 weeks without being released or charged to court. Adeyanju called on NDLEA to release its member in its detention or charge them to court accordingly. The Nigerian Port Authority has said that it has redeployed some of its personnel at the Tinkan Island Port and Apapa Port suspected to be fueling corruption and for having overstayed in their located duty posts, according to the Managing Director, Mr. Mohammed Bello Koko. Stated this while speaking to newsmen on Sunday. He said that one of the measures management took recently in tackling corruption at the port was the general redeployment of security officials that had stayed for a long time on the beat. Koko said he discovered that there are security officials that have been working within the area called the Red Zone, which is the Tinkan Apapa area, for 4, 5, or 6 years, and they are still there. He requested they should be posted out of the location, and the new set of people that will actually and truly work for Nigeria taken there. He said the Nigerian Port Authority have dealt with security men indicted over unwholesome tendencies and are doing a lot and shall soon rid the ports of such vices. Director General of Nigeria Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, Dr. Bashir Jamo, has appealed for the standardization of the legal frameworks of countries in the Gulf of Guinea to aid effective prosecution of maritime crimes. Jamo made the appeal in Lagos at the 3rd technical rotation meeting of the project on enhancing regional research, convening of stakeholders and capacity development in the Gulf of Guinea, implemented by the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center in Accra and the government of Denmark. A communique calling for the transformation of Yaoundé Code of Conduct (YCC) into a binding convention for better coordination and optimal benefits to the members' country was issued at the end of the meeting, organized in partnership with NIMASA and the Interregional Coordination Center. The Director General said efforts were being made to standardize regional maritime law enforcement, stressing that some countries are already enacting their own anti-piracy laws. Jamo stated countries within the region which do not have distinct anti-piracy laws are encouraged to try to enact such laws, as it is in the interest of every country in the Gulf of Guinea to consciously work to remove obstacles to the prosecution of piracy and robbery suspects. The communique said the YCC as it stands now is a code of practice without any binding provision. This affects the way it is implemented at the regional and national level. The meeting therefore calls for expedited actions towards the transformation of the YCC into a binding convention, taking on board the peculiar context of diverse jurisprudence, linguistic traditions, and interregional coverage of the code, as well as the differing procedures of the 3 sponsors of ICC, which is ECOWAS, ECAS, and GGC. The communique also said state and multilateral actors who lead in the implementation of safety and security measures of the Gulf of Guinea must identify and implement relevant confidence building measures to reinforce the principle of coordination and the implementation of YCC. The Yaoundé Code of Conduct was signed in 2013 by 25 West and Central African countries. It provides the structure of joint operations, intelligence sharing, and harmonized legal framework among its 5 zones, 2 regional centers, and 1 inter-regional coordinating center that reach over 6,000 kilometers of coastline and 12 major ports. The Kofi Annan Center aims to ensure peace and security in Africa through capacity building, research, and policy dialogue.
Sometimes I got for water on top my head. Make this person no go drive me insane. So if you see me outside.
The Barge Operators Association of Nigeria, BOAN, has raised concerns of shallow water drafts as well as lack of dredging of the waterways channels as challenges confronting their operations in Nigeria. Excuse me. The association also revealed that it has donated 2 speedboats to the Marine Police Department of the Nigerian Police Force so as to ensure they patrol and secure their boats on the waterways. At a joint press briefing held in Lagos on Tuesday, in conjunction with the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, Vice President of BOAN, Mr. Nura Wagani, stated that most of the barges being used by operators were meant for Nigerian waterways only and not for international seagoing. According to him, we have low channels within the creeks, and we cannot bring barges to make use of them without our inland waterways because of so many factors. He said they are facing the challenges of dredging due to the low channel. Some of the channel does not have the required depth of bigger batches, and that is why the use of creek batches are not the seagoing batches.
No be pride, no be ego. Sometimes I got change my mind, sometimes I got stay behind, sometimes I would have to say no. Sometimes I got for water.
The Executive Secretary of Nigerian Shippers Council, NSC, Honorable Emmanuel Jime, has mandated multinational shipping companies operating in Nigeria to refund importers and their clearing agents their container deposits within a period of 10 days. This, according to him, is to ensure 24 hours port operation and incorporate multimodal approach to cargo delivery. Jimmy stated this when he led top management of the agency on a courtesy visit to Maersk Line and Mediterranean Shipping Company (MSC) in Lagos on Tuesday. He urged the operators to ensure the continuity of robust relationship they are having with the council. The NSC boss wants the shipping companies to operate and conduct their operations within the regulatory framework of the council, adding that they are expected to give council team unfettered access to monitor their operations to ensure compliance to set standards. Issues raised by the CEO includes to ensure that charges of fees collected by shipping companies are tied to service rendered in order to stem exploitative tendencies and arbitrariness. Others are to ensure shipping companies put in place a customer care desk to handle every issues and complaint on service delivery with frequent interaction and with customers. The council's elsewhere called for full digitization of operational processes for greater efficiency, effective management of return of empty container. This also can be so overwhelming sometimes. No, I just enjoy my own. And lastly, on customs, the Nigerian Customs Service may have been overwhelmed by the upscale in the smuggling of foreign rice at the border post, as the agency has now solicited the support of other sister security agencies to combat the menace. At the meeting of the steering committee of the National Task Force on Illegal Importation of Rice through Land Borders, convened by the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Mohammed Abubakar, in Abuja, the Comptroller General of Customs, Colonel Hamid Ali, declared that customs could not fight the war against rice smuggling alone. He said the Nigerian Customs Service cannot fight alone the operations of the Border Patrol, but needs other security agencies such as the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps to beef up the joint operations of the task force. The Abuja meeting was in response to the resurgence of rice smuggling activities at the border, which Dr. Abubakar said are threatening to reverse the gains of the ban on the importation of foreign rice. And that's the news updates.
Oh, is it any bumpers? Yeah, it's all love, brother, yeah, it's all love. Oh, it's all love, my brother, it's all love. Lola Getty Wago, Entrepreneur International, Bona so sleep, Lola they sleep. Chima no trio push up, he say na hangover. Now every day I gotta shy up. They say see me why you today complain. Tomorrow they forget it today. You go ferry body like. But tell me China money, oh silent China life, oh silent time they round oh, use and well, oh silent time is precious.
You're welcome back. Our discussion today is going to be on incessant smuggling on our borders, on our border post. There was no day we came here that we did not talk about smuggling or attack at our border post. On Wednesday at Offa, there was a report of sporadic shooting between customs and smugglers. And why is this becoming a legitimate business in Nigeria? One of our stories today, one of our news today is about issue of smugglers, and the foreign rice is making its way back to the market. We want you to be part of today's conversation as you call into studio line 081 1305 1009. 081 1305 1009 or 08056 131009. 08056 131009. We want you to be part of this conversation. Why is it that smuggling is becoming a legitimate business in Nigeria? Why is our border post is porous to smugglers? And we want to know what can we do to nip this.
Now every day I gotta show you. They say see me where you today complain. Tomorrow they forget you today. You bow bow fairly body like. But tell me China money. Oh, silence China life. Oh, silence China use and well. Oh, silence time is precious. Silence every second. Oh, silence China give use and well. Oh, silence. My Sherry for baby. Only forever 21. Before she know that she know do the thing when she want to do. Sherry now so procrastinate.
All right, the studio line is still open. If you want to join us, 08113051009, 08056131009. I take it again, 08113051009, 08056131009. Okay, this smuggling, could it be? Because if talking a layman's language, could it be hunger in the land? Because this continuous smuggling of rice, foreign rice especially, when we have locally made rice, and I think recently the cost of rice is like almost 30,000 if I'm not mistaken.
Let me tell you something. Before we were born, smuggling had meant business to some people. Even if there are more than enough food, if there are more than enough things in the land, people will still smuggle. They are smuggling not only in Nigeria, not only in Africa, it's all over the world. The reason they are...
Good afternoon, welcome to GMT Live.
Good afternoon,
welcome,
sir. Okay.
Thank you for joining us.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir, yes.
We can hear you.
Yes. According to what you have said this afternoon, that why is it smoking so rampant in this country now?
Yes, sir.
Well, I believe that as a matter of fact, maybe because of the high rise in the tariff,
Okay.
the government can bring down tariff and let all these goods be channeled into our port with a low price. People might not be interested in smuggling, maybe because of the high price. So maybe that's the reason why all these things is doing in the smuggling area. When you report something that at least you can pay small charges, people will be interested in coming and buying it, coming to directly. Due to this high prices, I think that's the reason. I want to consider.
But is it worth risking the lives?
So that if the government reduce charges, people can come to the direct channel. They won't be smuggling. I think that is my own idea.
Thank you for your contributions.
But the quantum, I can say it's not advisable for them to be running after them in the city. Where we have much populated people. When we are running after them, they are taking guns sporadically and most of the people they are talking. If they are strategic, we should not allow us to come to the city before they can get them apprehended. That's my idea. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
I want to agree with you. I want to agree with the caller a little about high rise of products coming to Nigeria. The major issue we're having about rice or whatever that is being smuggled is that Nigeria is a foreign product dependent.
Yes,
over 85% import. That is what we have in Nigeria. We hardly export things. We depend on foreign product. We depend on foreign goods. Look at tomato. Tomato paste is being imported. There was a time in this country that ordinary matches was imported or were imported. A toothpick were imported. And you want to agree with me that when this comes, the issue of this thing, that, even the rice being planted in Nigeria, hardly will you see people patronizing Nigerian products than these foreign rice. I think that is one of the things. But another angle I want us to see is the angle of killing our people. The custom officer out there is our brother, is our sister's husband, is our cousin, is our nephew. Somehow is somebody's friend, is a Nigerian. Now, why would a Nigerian take gun against his brother because he's doing a lawful duty? Every time that you hear about a gun duel between custom officers and smugglers, a life will be lost.
Definitely.
Either a passerby, either a smuggler, even that smuggler is a Nigerian. He is someone, and either a custom officer, and all these things, we need to put an end to it. What can we do to nip this? And because of our time, we may not be able to discuss this fully, but we will take this up next week. Maybe we are starting on this note next week. The issue of smuggling is becoming too rampant in Nigeria, not only in a D-Roko border, not only in a Seme border, not only in all over the nation. Up north. Last week I was hearing. I think I was not last week. Maybe on your program on the GMT, I was hearing that even in Katsina, even over up north in Kebbi, people smuggle things into Nigeria, and we are crying of a high rate in our marketplace. But people sometimes the problem might not even be the government. Sometimes it may be the government not being attentive or not conscious to what it should do. And if you, after the program, if you want to be part of the conversation, if you want the conversation to continue, because after the program, the conversation we want to continue, you want to call Bunmi. You call Bunmi on 07031031233. If you want to call Tunde, you call 09082965853. You want to be part of this conversation. And Bunmi, I think our time, we are top of the hour. Okay. Next week is going to be a loaded time that we'll have. We want to appreciate our brother that called us from Ikorodu here, and we really appreciate your contribution, and because you are part of this conversation, we really appreciate you. And next week we are coming here with hot news and things that will move Nigeria economy forward from the maritime sector. I am your captain on this program, Tunde Ayodele.
Join us same time, same station next week. I am Bunmi Adediran. Do have a nice weekend.